Past modals of deduction. These are my favourite grammar structures.
But Toby, why?
Because they are essential for part 2 of the B2 First Speaking exam.
Oh, great, Toby. Teach me. Teach me.
My name is Toby, this is Smash English, and here is everything you need to know about past modals of deduction for the B2 First Cambridge exam. We use past modals of deduction to talk about what we think happened in the past. But we do not know for sure. Maybe we think we know. Maybe we feel like we are sure. But we don't know, and we are not sure. So first, we need to prepare our modal verbs. I love modal verbs. They are my favourite verbs. We have must, may, might, could, can't, and couldn't. Remember, mustn't is not here. We mustn't use mustn't with past modals of deduction. Mustn't use mustn't, or mustn't. But no, you mustn't use mustn't with past modals of deduction. But how do we turn these exciting, fun, magnificent, marvellous modal verbs into past modal verbs of deduction? I don't know, but I am sure that you are going to tell us, Toby. We add the auxiliary verb have. Have always stays the same. We never say has, because must, might, may, could, can't, and couldn't are modal verbs. And after modal verbs, we always use
the infinitive. The infinitive.
Yes, the infinitive. And then, finally, we add the past participle. So that's modal verb plus have plus past participle. Isn't that simple? Yes, very simple. Oh wow, Toby, that's so interesting. But why do we use them? That's a great question, Monica. So how do we use my favourite grammar? Past modals of deduction. Must have for positive certainty. We use must have plus past participle when we feel certain that something happened in the past. Remember, we don't know for sure because we were not there, but we feel certain. We think there is no other possibility possible. So then, in the context of part 2 of the B2 First Speaking exam, I would like you to say why you think these people have decided to lie down. This person is lying on the floor during a football match. I think he must have injured himself. Wow, that was brilliant. I was really good in that speaking exam, wasn't I? Yes, I think he must have injured himself is so much better than saying, I think he injured himself. I think he injured himself is fine if you are trying to get the B1 certification. B1, idiots. We're B2, so we use past modals of deduction. Yes. This person must have decided to lie down beside a lake to relax. Oh, again, fantastic, Toby. This is much better than saying this person decided to lie down beside a lake to relax. It's much better, much better. So make sure you do it in the exam, if you need to. Here we have said must have because, well, apart from relaxing, can you think of any other reason to lie down beside a lake in this way? I can't. I can think of no other reason. And because this seems to be the only reason for this past action, I use must have. Toby, actually you're wrong. I can think of another reason. When I lie by the lake, it's not so I can relax, it's so I can show all the boys my hot body glistening in the sun, covered in sweat. So Toby, this man must have decided to lie by the lake to see me lying by the lake. It's obvious.
Monica, when was the last time that Johnny called you?
That's none of your business, Bruce. You're so jealous of him. God.
Oh, shut up, Monica. He never loved you.
Shut up. He must have loved me. He kissed me so passionately. And we...
Here, Monica is saying that she is sure that Johnny loved her in the past.
Yeah, I feel sure. I'm sure. He loved me. He must have loved me. He loved me.
Past modals of deduction. So useful. Such great grammar that you can watch right here on Smash English. I love watching grammar videos. Subscribe. Bye.
May, might, or could have for possibility.
We use may, or might, or could, plus have, plus the past participle to talk about a past possibility. We are not sure in this instance. Must have means I feel sure. Might, could, may, I'm not sure. So, in the context of part 2 of the B2 First Speaking exam, I would like you to say why you think these people are doing these activities. This person is fishing alone. He might have chosen fishing because it is a peaceful sport. Oh my good, brilliant answer, Toby. Well done. These people are climbing a mountain. They may have taken on this challenge together to strengthen their friendship and try something new. Inspirational, Toby. Are these people in this picture friends? I don't know! So here I could use may have, might have, or could have to demonstrate that I don't know if this was the reason, because I don't even know if they are friends. But if I must guess, then this is a possibility. This is a possible explanation for why they did this past action. But I don't know. I don't know, all right? God, I don't know everything. Seriously, using this grammar is the difference between a 3 and a 5 when the examiners assess your grammar and vocabulary during the B2 First Speaking exam. And if you want to learn more about how the examiners assess you when you do your speaking exam, watch this video here. I talk about the marking scheme and tell you everything you need to know about how the examiners mark your speaking. Brilliant, because how can you give the examiners what they want if you don't know what they want? You can't, you just can't. You can't. And trust me, I am a Cambridge speaking examiner. If you use this grammar at any point in your speaking exam, your mark in grammar and vocabulary will be at least a 4. Trust me, it will be. It just will be. Isn't that great? This is the only video you need. But also, watch my video here about part 2 of the Cambridge speaking exam, because that will give you more information about part 2. I also have a whole playlist about speaking for the B2 First Cambridge exam. Isn't that great? I'm so generous. Great, I'm great. Alright, so if Johnny loved you, why hasn't he called you? Why hasn't he messaged you? He hasn't done anything. If I had loved someone, I would want to know what they were doing now. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know, there are loads of possibilities. He could have died. He might have been in a car crash or a plane crash, or an animal may have eaten him,
or he may have found someone else.
No, that's impossible. Johnny, if you're watching this right now, then please leave a comment down below and tell me why you haven't messaged me or spoken to me in years. And I thought you loved me, and I'm sure you do love me, and I love you too. I'm not angry. I love you. Bye.
Can't or couldn't have for negative certainty.
We use can't have or couldn't have to talk about what we are sure did not happen in the past. For us, this is not a possibility. We are sure that this definitely did not happen. I mean, we don't know 100%, but we are sure. We know. We just know. We've got brains. Monica, he has not called you in months. He can't have ever loved you. And even if he did, he doesn't now. Oof, I'm sorry.
Bruce, my fingers are in my ears, and if my fingers are in my ears, then it means I can't hear you. And if I can't hear you, it means you don't exist. So shut up. Yeah.
Yo, I just passed my B2 first exam.
All of these fans. I'm recording a video now. Go away, I'm busy, yeah?
A video for what?
A video for what? Smash English! It's a really famous YouTube channel now, huh?
Smash English? I've never heard of it.
Well, you can't have passed the B2 first exam then, can you? Because without Smash English, it's impossible.
No, seriously, I passed. I did great. I got top marks.
Shut up, you idiot. That's not possible. You need Smash English to pass. Without Smash English, you will fail. That is the rule of life. Everybody knows it. Idiot. Oh. And with that, we are finished. Now you know everything you need to know about using past modals of deduction for the B2 First Cambridge exam. If you liked the video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, leave a comment down below. My name is Toby and this was Smash English.